This is a Star Wars Lego MOC. This is my Mandalorian Armorer's Speederbike. I thought the Armorer from the Mandalorian Season 1 was one of the coolest characters. You know, that scene when she's thrown down against those stormtroopers and also forging the whistling birds and all that stuff. Awesome character. I think she deserved her own vehicle. So we'll take a quick look around the Speederbike. My idea was that, you know, she's in these tunnels, this whole tunnel system underneath that city in Navarro. So I wanted kind of a cylindrical like speeder that could cruise around inside the actual tunnel system. You know, it can, nothing wrong with it going on the surface of the planet or anything, but didn't want to make it too wide or too bulky for her not to be able to cruise around in the tunnels. So obviously that's, you know, this isn't canon or anything. This is just my own design, my own thoughts about it. So it's kind of a, you know, I've nicknamed this the Tunnelspeeder. It's nice and cylindrical, kind of can just fit right in a tunnel and zoom off. Some of the features of this craft, I mean, first off, we have this awesome armor minifigure. Unfortunately, just the black minifigure head. No face for her. But still a pretty sweet figure that we got in that Mandalorian Forge set. So here is the cockpit. There's a couple computer panels, and I imagine that transparent tile in between the computer panels is kind of like a screen that shows up what's in front of her. Nice cushy seat and seat back. You know, this ingot piece was used for the Beskar, and it's not supposed to represent a Beskar cushion or anything, but still kind of a fun inclusion to have this in here. And also we got a pair of vertical engines, and these are very similar, if not just taken from the Mandalorian Forge. There was, I think, you know, maybe 4 or 5. There's a few of these builds, and they kind of all circle up to make the forge where she forges the Beskar into, you know, various pieces of equipment and armor. So I thought it'd be fun to take some of these forge pieces and use it as engines for the Mandalorian Armor's Speederbike. Also, if she's going to be zooming around the tunnel, she needs some lights here. So there's a couple headlights up here. And also, you know, she needs her tools, and I didn't want to just, you know, clip them on or anything, which would have been fine, but I wanted to include a cool little secret compartment. So if you can guess where it'd be, we lift this up here, and then we remove this whole piece, and we see in there a few of her tools. So we'll dump them out here. It's able to fit, let's get this focus. These 2 tools were included in the Mandalorian Forge set for her to carry. And then I added just another one because this compartment could fit. So I'm gonna put this back without the tools and just show you again how that works. So you just lift this little build up, and you pop this off, and there's a little compartment for her tools. And jokingly, kind of, you know, let's give her some of her tools. Jokingly, I thought, you know, you could take off the engines, and then she could have her own little mini portable forge here. You know, obviously that wouldn't work out. Just kind of a fun little inclusion I thought could happen. Okay, I just placed those engines back. We'll get our minifigure back in here. This was a super fun little thing I just, busted out one evening. I wanted the color scheme to reflect the colors in the Mandalorian Forge set. Lots of grays, both light bluish gray and dark bluish gray, and some tan and some brown, and I think I captured kind of the aesthetic of that set with that color scheme. I wanted to include, these engines reflective of her forge, and the little compartment for her tools as she needed them. I kind of made this angular, kind of a unique thing, lots of angles. This angle point right here I think looks pretty sweet. Definitely inspired by that Night Sisters speeder. It came out, I don't know when it came out, but kind of the striping on the side and this angular kind of chunky build. Take one last look at things. And yeah, that is my Mandalorian Armors Speederbike.